Remember when Dad broke my G-string on my violin?
Oh, God, I know. Oh, that was terrible.
That's how we broke it, because I had it in my room. And I don't know the full story because obviously I wasn't there.
I don't even know the full story. He just walked out of the bedroom with the broken violin string. Welcome to the official episode 1 of the Funky Chicken podcast. Today's episode, we are going to interview each other, and we're going to ask each other the same questions and see how different the answers are.
Yes. Since we are from 2 different generations. So this will be fun.
She's like 17 now, so she's almost an adult.
Yeah. I can't believe I'm almost 18.
I know.
I don't like that.
You don't like that?
No.
Oh, you don't want to adult?
No, I don't.
Okay. So, without further ado, we've got 10 questions, and we're going to ask in turn, but it's the same question. We each have to answer it. This is completely unscripted. Okay, it's scripted to the point that I told ChatGPT to give us the questions to ask each other, but I also told it that nothing was off limits.
I feel like that sneeze was really loud.
Does that tight?
Thank you.
You want to go first, or you want me to?
Should we rock, paper, scissors?
Yes. Okay, ready?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh. All right, ready?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Damn it, I lost. So you asked me the question first.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I would go in order. I feel like we might get lost if we don't.
All right. What's the most ridiculous fashion trend you remember from your childhood?
The most ridiculous fashion trend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm an 80s baby. And one fashion trend, I mean, there's a bunch. I'm sure there's a lot. But one particular ridiculous fashion trend that I remember from the 80s was the mullet. The mullet hairstyle. And the stonewashed jeans that were like also skinny jeans, they were hideous.
Oh, God.
Hideous. Let me know if you're an 80s parent and you remember the mullet hairstyles. Thanks, Mom. Okay, so what was the most ridiculous fashion trend you remember from your early childhood, we'll say?
I would say ripped skinny jeans. And I'm not just talking about some cute ripped skinny jeans out there, but I'm talking about the ones that went up to here and touching your rib cage, and they're just all ripped. I'm not trying to sound weird, but some people, like some old people, like see someone wearing skinny jeans and they're like, what, you get those half off or something?
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that, I just found those so ugly. I still do.
Are you talking about the ones that were like ripped? Not just like the little rips like we have, but like ripped straight down the legs.
Ripped straight down the
Ripped
leg.
straight down the leg.
I hate it. Those are so ugly.
It's built-in air conditioning.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
No.
Okay, I'm going to go next. Okay. What is the most cringe-worthy thing you've done in front of a crush?
So this was actually in front of Marcus.
Yeah. Make sure you subscribe. He'll be on a future episode.
Yes, you will. And it was the day of my 16th birthday party. Remember how we all went to the park? I was wearing Crocs. I think it was these Crocs, actually. I don't know if you can see them. And we were over by the park, and I stepped and tripped, and he started laughing. And I was so embarrassed to the point where I started laughing. It's always the
That Croc
Crocs.
totally sabotaged you.
Literally. And I'm just I died inside.
I thought you were going to say the most embarrassing moment at that day was when, wasn't that the day your dad was like, I'm going to go drive around the park on the motorcycle and go stalk Elizabeth with her new boyfriend.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he did.
And at the time, we weren't even dating.
No, he was still a crush.
Yeah. He was still a crush. Oh. What's the most cringeworthy thing you've ever done in front of a crush?
Oh man, I'm so old. Hang on, I have to go back to the Wayback Machine and think. I want to say I did something really stupid and embarrassing in front of your father. Because we were high school sweethearts.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was.
There most likely definitely was.
I still do embarrassing things in front of him. That's why we're married. Oh, I have. Okay. So when I first met your dad,
Mm-hmm.
I did not know how to kiss properly.
Oh, no.
So he had to like teach me how to French kiss. That would be an embarrassing moment. He was like, this is so bad. But he went to kiss me and he slipped me a little tongue, which is terrible, but I was breathing through my mouth. And he was like, breathe through your nose. If you're going to French kiss, breathe through your nose.
That is embarrassing.
Okay, yeah. So that was my embarrassing moment with your dad because he was a crush of mine. And I hadn't had many opportunities to tongue kiss many boys. Okay. So your dad had to teach me how to kiss properly. Breathing through my nose, not my mouth. You can ask the next one.
Okay. What's something your generation is unfairly judged for by the other?
My generation. I would say that our generation, what are we, Zennials? Is that what we are? Is that what I am?
I think so.
Like a millennial, Zennial?
Yeah.
I would say that we are extremely offensive. We get judged for being offensive because our generation grew up with the old school parents who kind of said whatever they wanted to say, whenever they wanted to say. And then we had the technology boom. So I would say that one thing that we're unfairly judged by is how offensive we are. And we're not changing that
Yeah.
at all. What's something that your generation is unfairly judged by?
I would say how, like, unmotivated we are. Like, there are some people part of Gen Z who, like, say they're motivated, and you can clearly tell they're not motivated at all. But there's, like, it's like 50, it's, like, split in half. It's, like, 50-50 because you do have that part of that generation that's, like, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and they actually do it, and they succeed doing it. Like, I'm mostly speaking for myself. Like, I feel like out of all of Gen Z, I'm very motivated to do the things I want to do.
Except get her license.
I'm scared to drive.
Okay, by the way, my generation were a bunch of trolls.
Yeah. And then, like, I kind of agree with the stereotype, but Gen Z can be sensitive. They can be very sensitive at times.
Actually, yes. And Elizabeth and I, as a family, we have had this conversation where when they have friends come over, what do you tell your friends?
If you're sensitive, you can't come over.
Yeah, like we're that offensive type of family. But we don't intend to be offensive where we talk down to people.
Yeah.
It's just certain things. We make a lot of your mom jokes in this house.
Yeah. We find them funny. Other people.
We find them funny, but our kids don't get offended by it.
Your mom.
So I agree with Elizabeth that I think her generation also can be unfairly judged by like being a little too sensitive. But I also think that you feel that way because of the way that you've been brought up.
Yeah.
So
like,
I would say that's a fair, unfair judgment.
Yeah.
It's a fair, unfair judgment.
Like, Gen Z is a little too sensitive for my liking, but that's also because I was raised differently.
Yeah.
Like, Grandma Shar and Dad, you know, raised me and Shar, so me and Shar know how to take a joke, and we know, like, oh, you're joking. Oh, are you offended by what I said? I don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
I would say that's a fair thing. Elizabeth.
And
Liz. If you could name a motorcycle after yourself, what would it be called and why?
I told you this before we even, like, while we were forming this idea, Queen Elizabeth, because
Queen Elizabeth.
Like, let's be honest, it'd be nice to, like, show up in, like, a motorcycle like my dad's. Obviously, I told him when I'm more experienced for it. When they asked me, like, oh, do you have a name for her? Yeah, I do. Queen Elizabeth.
Okay, I have a follow-up question to make things interesting. How would you write it for a custom license plate? Because motorcycle plates they have less characters.
Yeah.
Would you get a custom plate for it?
Oh, hell yeah.
I wonder if they have it. Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
What color would it be?
My bike?
Yeah.
Probably, like,
orange.
Yeah, probably like a Halloween type theme. Orange and black with a little bit of pink. I know. Just show up to like places
I
like
can just picture you right now just driving by with like a crown
mm-hmm.
and a long train,
Yes.
which is probably dangerous, but I could picture it. Photo shoot.
Okay. If you could name a motorcycle after yourself, what would it be and why?
So this is a hard question for me because I've had 4 motorcycles
Yeah.
and I don't name them after myself. I name them as an extension of myself.
Yeah.
So currently, we'll just go with my current motorcycle. Her name is Skylar. And the reason behind that is because when I got pregnant with Carmen,
Mm-hmm.
we were picking names and I really wanted a girl named Skylar. And then he ended up being a boy named Carmen.
Yeah, because I remember how like Shar and Keegan were just like shouting out names and like Shar really
Shar said the name Skylar.
Keegan picked Carmen.
Yeah.
So,
So Skylar would have been my baby girl
mm-hmm.
had I decided to have another daughter. Fortunately, I produce boys biologically.
Mm-hmm.
Skylar did not fit her name until I painted her dark purple, though.
Wasn't she like a bright orange?
No, she was red.
Oh yeah.
It was red line red.
Yeah.
I think it was red line red or something like that from Harley Davidson. So, next question.
What's the weirdest or most unconventional form of personal therapy you've tried or heard of?
Riding my motorcycle is the best unconventional form of personal therapy. If you're not in the motorcycle community and you don't understand it, it's unconventional to most people.
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite form of therapy. What's your favorite form of unconventional therapy?
Crying.
Yeah?
Yeah, like crying, like
Just
bawling
bawling
my
your eyes out?
Yes, because like it helps me feel relieved right afterwards. And like, I don't know, it just like I feel all these emotions at once and I just need to let them out.
All
And
right.
some people don't understand that.
I can agree with that. Actually, I've done that in my helmet.
Yeah.
I've done that. I've had such an emotional connection with just me and my thoughts on my motorcycle that I've bawled my eyes out in my helmet.
Yesterday, for some who don't know, I had my algebra regents yesterday.
Oh, it's going to be a whole nother episode.
Yeah. In the middle of taking the regents, I just felt so stressed and annoyed. So I went to the bathroom, rolled my ankle, don't ask how. And then I got into the bathroom and then like as soon as I got into that stall, I just broke down like in tears because like how stressed out and annoyed I was. Like all the feelings I was feeling just needed to come out. Even though it was only for like a minute, I cried. I was just kind of glad I got those out and went to go finish my regents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we still have yet to know how you did. We'll see.
I don't want to talk about it. That's another
Okay.
embarrassing thing I've done. Not
We're going to
in
have a
front of
whole
anyone but
episode
me.
on being a teenager and taking regents exams. Okay, we are on 6 of 10 questions. What's one food you absolutely can't stand, and how do you handle it if someone serves it to you?
I'm not a big fan of seafood. Like the most I'll eat is like popcorn shrimp with clams. I think.
Yeah.
Clams I'll eat and like popcorn shrimp. But if someone tries to offer me like cooked shrimp or like seafood, I have to say no, thank you. I'm not a big fan of seafood. I'm polite with it. But if you keep pestering me about it, I'm like, get that out of my fucking face.
I'm having a hard time with this question.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
eat a lot of food.
Yeah, because I do. I'm like a foodie.
Yeah.
What's a food I can't stand though?
Chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets and mac and cheese.
There it is.
And it's not like Kraft macaroni and cheese. It's like the Velveeta shells
I
and
love
cheese.
Velveeta.
And the
Sorry.
kids and my husband make it and they love it. So what do I do when he makes it?
Last time, I think you made yourself a salad.
Yeah, I took the chicken nuggets and chopped them up and put them in a salad.
Yeah.
I was trying to be healthy. Keyword try.
Yeah.
But I do not like Velveeta shells and cheese. I think it's gross. That is like one thing I can't stand. So every time the kids pick it for the night, like that's Carmen's favorite food. I make something else. I don't eat it. I'll usually have something stashed that I can make that's healthier.
Yeah.
Okay, you can read the next one.
If you could take a road trip anywhere in the world together, where would you go and who's driving?
Driving.
Not me.
Where are we going? I know where.
California.
Yes. High five. We're on the way to California. Well, I mean, I don't know if there's much left now
Yeah.
after all those wildfires. I'm sure there's places we can go.
Yeah.
So we would both agree that we're going together to California.
Yes, obviously.
And apparently I'm driving.
Yep.
Well, she could drive. We just can't get caught.
Yeah.
She can't drive my Jeep, though. So we'd have to take a different car. I would rent a car, I think, to drive there and back.
Yeah.
I'm not driving that.
Exactly why I'll drive.
That would be fun, I think.
Yep.
Where in California would you want to go first? Do you know enough about California?
No, I don't, honestly. I don't know much about California, but I've always wanted to go.
I got my foot tattooed in LA
Yeah.
years ago, and I've been to California on a trip. So I would say LA, but Los Angeles, but it's, I don't know what the status is of it right now. I haven't really been keeping up on it. Oh, we could go to San Diego.
Yeah.
San Diego is beautiful. So, like, I ask you this because geographically, California is such a long state. Northern California is like New York, kind of.
Yeah.
And then Southern California is all like the warm, super fancy areas, even though like Northern California is fancy. It's just the weather's different.
Yeah.
I've never been to Northern California, like
Never
San
been-
Francisco,
I've never really been out of the state of
New
New
York.
York.
Yeah. Well, I guess if we're going to go big or go home,
We gotta
we're
go
going to go to California. All right. Music. Okay.
Oh my God.
Pick one song from your generation to convince the other it's the best era of music. What song of your generation are you going to use to convince me that your generation has the best era of music?
Yeah. Like, I'm not a big fan of like the music that comes out today. It's some songs are good, but like there's not really a song I would choose. There's an artist I would choose. His name's Noah Khan. I like Zach Bryan. I like them both.
What genre are they?
Noah Khan is like more indie and that, and then Zach Bryan's country.
I thought she was listening to Jelly Roll, but it wasn't.
Nope.
I think it was Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, no, I honestly don't really listen to today's music all that much. Like, if I hear a song and I like it from today's music, I'll like add it onto my playlist. And then like a month later, like can't stand the song. Why did I like this song? And then unadd it from my
She's on all my Spotify playlists.
I am.
Especially we
your
do a lot of
playlist.
I forgot to add this to our topic ideas.
Yes.
We should do a karaoke episode. A karaoke podcast episode. I forgot to add that to my ideas today, so don't let me forget.
Okay.
We do a lot of road trip karaoke.
Yes. I love it.
And she's in chorus. I'm not. So I'm sure she can sing better than me. I'm going to say, it says pick a song. We like kind of talked about artists. I don't know if there's a specific song. Is there like a specific song that you like that represents your generation?
I would say Single Ladies by Beyonce. No, it's not. I think.
With my gloves.
From my generation, I'd say Call Your Mom by Noah Khan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Call Your Mom.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. One song from my generation to convince the other that it's the best era of music. I'm going to have to say My Way by Limp Bizkit. That is the best generation in the best song.
Yeah.
Because it's my way or the highway, baby. So that's mine.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Question 9.
Which social media platform defines your generation? Why is it better than the other's favorite?
So the social media platform that defines my generation is MySpace, but y'all don't know about MySpace, and it's basically non-existent. So I guess we'll go with the next best thing, which is Facebook. Because we're a bunch of old farts on Facebook now.
I'm picking Facebook as well, even though not a lot of kids from my generation use it. I use it a lot. Like, it's like, okay, so you know how Gen Z always uses TikTok or Snapchat? Just think of that, but Facebook's my Snapchat or TikTok. Like, I use Facebook daily.
I wonder if it's because you would rather scroll and comment instead of like post selfies and stories.
Yeah. Like, I just reshare everything I see on my feed.
But I think Shar would say Instagram. She's
Yeah.
big on Instagram. But I don't use my Snapchat anymore, so I don't see what she puts on Snapchat. Her dad does, though.
Yeah, Dad swiped up on my story last night. It was like, I love you, little woman. Good night. I said, good night, Dad. Love you
Little
too."
woman.
Yeah, little woman. Not even little. Lil.
Lil. Oh. Swipe up.
Literally.
My dad swiped up on my Snapchat. Oh, boy. I think the most I used Snapchat is when your dad and I first got back together and you and I were using all the filters.
Yeah. When
you were in the hospital getting your appendix out.
That was
probably the most I used Snapchat.
Even then, we still used Messenger when we were on the phone.
I think one of the things too is when we do video calling, the kids use Snapchat with each other. You guys use Snapchat with each other, but then they use Messenger on Facebook to video chat with their dad and I.
Yeah.
Because we don't really use Snapchat.
And Dad doesn't like to answer his phone on Snapchat.
I don't think he likes to answer his phone at all.
Yeah.
To be honest. Okay. Last question for today. What is a random skill that you have that no one would guess?
So if this was more secretized, a lot of people, like, especially like some of my friends, like they get shocked that I know how to play the violin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I love to play the violin.
She's a very talented violinist.
Yes, I have been playing since 5th grade. Yes, since 5th grade, so about 6 years now.
You were 10 when you moved in with me? What grade were you in? 5th? Did you start playing violin when you moved in with me?
Yeah.
It was when you started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say,
I wish I had video recordings of when she first started practicing in her bedroom to now.
God. Remember when Dad broke my G string on my violin?
Oh, God, I know. Oh, that was terrible.
And I like came home from my mother's and like he tells me, he goes, "Oh, I broke your G string on your violin, but I fixed it."
He didn't say G string. He said A string. He didn't know that. He doesn't know the notes.
Yeah, but I knew what string it was because it was so out of tune.
He was so scared we were going to have to pay for that violin. So he had to fix it because it's loaned from the school.
No.
Do you remember what your orchestra teacher was from Webster?
Mr. Sokolowski.
Sorry, Mr. Sokolowski, but we fixed it.
I loved him. He was so nice and sweet.
Yeah, I remember you loved him.
Yeah.
He was a great teacher.
But
I remember Mr. Sokolowski trying to teach violin in the middle of COVID. That was ridiculous. I felt so bad. He tried his hardest too, though.
He really did.
He really did, yeah.
Like, that's how you knew he was a dedicated teacher.
Yes.
Especially to, like, all of his orchestra kids.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I would say a random skill is that I know how to play violin.
She's very musically inclined.
Yes, I am. I love singing.
I don't think she gets it from her dad either. Anybody on your mom's side of the family that does music? Like, you wouldn't know. My side of the family is very instrumental.
Yeah.
They sing, they play musical instruments, stuff like that. So you would never know that she doesn't get it from my family. But
you would probably just think in all if you actually just first met us without any context whatsoever that she is my
bio mom. We get that a lot.
Yeah.
When I went to the Influential Women's Expo and you came with me last April.
Yeah.
We took a picture sitting at the booth together and then we posted it, and then everybody at the event actually thought that she was my biological daughter. They had no idea she wasn't my bonus daughter because they actually said we looked alike.
Yeah.
And her and I are like, what?
Where do you see that?
She actually looks like her brother, which is my biological son, her oldest brother. They look very similar, so they must get it from their dad because nobody looks like me in this family.
Well, Keegan has your head shape.
Keegan has my head shape. Okay.
And I say that with love.
Yeah, I know. He has a peanut head.
Yeah.
Peanut heads. And he's bald now, according to him.
Yeah.
I don't know what random skill I have that no one would guess. Oh. I can drive anything.
Yeah.
That's my random skill that I don't think most people would guess because I'm only 5 foot and I'm a woman. I can drive anything.
Yeah.
My Jeep is a stick shift. I have a motorcycle. I grew up driving trucks, towing trucks. I had no problem at all driving a FedEx truck, a big old FedEx truck. And I, at one point, wanted to go get a CDL because I feel like I can drive anything. If you put me in it, I can drive it.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, one of my friends, when she got married, she rented a bunch of like suburban SUVs for the wedding party instead of limos. And she's like, I wasn't her maid of honor, but she was like, I need you to drive this SUV. She's like, nobody else can drive this SUV. I need you to drive this SUV. And I was like, oh, okay. It was Tracy.
Oh.
When Tracy got her, we called it her pointless wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Because she got divorced shortly after. Anyway, I can drive anything. That's a random skill that I have that I don't think anyone would guess right off the bat because I'm so small.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it for the questions today.
Yeah. Honestly, I would say another random skill I have is writing.
Yes, you're a skilled writer.
A lot of people don't think I can write, but then I like whip up something real quick and just be like,
or I would say one thing that her generation does not do is read.
Yes, I love.
And she's me and her and I were bookworms.
Yes, I cried when we moved because I had to get rid of some books. That was very sad. But I kept the ones I actually liked and knew I was going to either read or reread. I reread a lot of.
I don't know if I have any other unexpected talents. It's hard for me to say because I tell people things and they always act surprised, but I don't remember what I told them.
People act shocked when you have 5 kids.
Yes, thank you. I am very unexpectedly talented at having 5 kids. Can we normalize that? Let's normalize. Normalize big families, please.
Yes, but let's not normalize the 7, like, people mistaking their sisters for having little brothers that are like, okay. So whenever I would take Carmen out,
I knew this was coming.
To like the park or something or anything, people would ask
People just assume Carmen's her son.
Kid, like automatically. And I'm like, imagine being 15 with your,
but it's sad that like that's not, it's normalized now. That's the sad part, is that it's normalized. At least I was 19 when I had Daniel.
Yeah, you were.
Actually, people don't expect that I have a 22-year-old either.
Yeah. But like, people would always ask me like at the park or just like walking with Kyron in his stroller, like, oh, how old is he? And I'm just like, oh, he's this old. And they're just like, oh, are you his mom? And I'm just like, no, I'm his older sister.
And then I show up and they think I'm her sister.
Yeah. And I'm just like, this is the mom.
It happens.
It does. I don't like it, but I can't like just tattoo something on my forehead like, I'm not a mother.
I am not a mother.
I am a sister.
That is going to be the podcast episode name. I am not a mother. Oh, that's great. Or like that's going to be on the thumbnail.
Yeah.
That's going to be on the thumbnail. That's great. And we've done our job. She does not plan to have any children anytime soon.
No, not yet.
Because I'm not trying to be the 42-year-old grandma.
I want to wait till I'm at least 23 to 24 years of age with a little bit financially stable.
We're trying to get her through college first.
Yes.
Which will be another episode. Because that is interesting these days with options. Okay. Thanks for watching the Funky Chicken podcast.
Yes. It was nice having you here.
Stay funky.
Yep. Stay funky. Don't be a chicken.
Don't be a chicken.
Yes.
We'll see you guys next time. Hey, Editor Ann here. We've got a quick promo to tell you about, so stay tuned. We are releasing the Funky Chicken Podcast VIP membership.
Mm-hmm.
You will get early access to newly released episodes. You will get a community where you can come together with other Funky Chicken VIP supporters and get direct access to Elizabeth and I because we will be in the community.
Mm-hmm.
And you will get exclusive behind-the-scenes footage and definitely some bloopers. And you will also get first access to new Funky Chicken Podcast merch when it gets released with a discount code. I mean, we are unhinged and unfiltered, and who's yet to be determined.
Yeah, just a little bit of both.
Yes, just a little bit of both. If you want exclusive access, become a VIP Funky Chicken Podcast member and subscribe with the link in the description below. I also want to make sure that you know that helps keep this podcast running and functioning. So if we need new equipment, so we can build the studio, so maybe Liz can get paid.
Yes,
to be a podcaster.
I'm a brokey.
Because it's something fun she can do while she's in school and enjoying after-school activities.
Yep.
So this wouldn't be possible without you, our supporters.